Police are investigating 2 cases of extreme violence in Brooklyn Center. In one case, police recovered more than 70 rounds fired. In another, police found evidence of more than 130 bullet casings. The 2 shooting incidents happened this week. The level of shots fired is something the city hasn't seen in at least a decade, according to our records. Reporter Sonia Goins has more on the investigations and what's being done to stop the violence.
Brooklyn Center police were called to the Somerset Place apartments off the 5300 block of Russell Avenue North on Thursday. When they arrived, they found more than 130 bullet casings on the ground. Brooklyn Center Mayor Mike Elliott says the violence is appalling.
Whenever you hear about a situation where there's that many shells found in any community, it's alarming.
Police say a resident of the complex claimed responsibility for the shootings. They say a man told them that he was firing rounds with his family on the 4th of July. We talked to several residents. They didn't want to go on camera, but they did tell us that this is normally a quiet neighborhood, except for the 4th of July. A search warrant of the apartment later recovered 4 firearms and dozens of rounds of ammunition. A person was arrested and charges are pending.
We're taking action right away. Our police department is investigating the situation.
Meanwhile, Brooklyn Center police are also investigating a shooting that took place early Wednesday at the Sonder House Apartments. Investigators collected more than 70 shell casings there.
I didn't know there was gunshots going off. And this is the damage we have to pay for.
Police say they are working on a comprehensive approach to the problem that will likely include increased patrols, but also some other proactive measures.
We're definitely in communication with other law enforcement agencies around our community. This is a very challenging time for all of the various law enforcement departments.
In Brooklyn Center, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
The State Patrol is stepping up its presence in the Twin Cities to crack down on street racing and other crimes. This weekend, the State Patrol will assign 20 additional troopers, a helicopter, and 911 operators to the metro area. While the resources will mostly focus on Minneapolis, public safety officials say suburbs like Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center will benefit as well.
Our focus for the weekend is primarily on the city of Minneapolis, but by having the additional resources in the city, we can also move and respond if we get calls for assistance from any of the adjacent communities. So it's a value added across the Twin Cities area. It's not just exclusively benefiting the city of Minneapolis.
The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension has also assigned a dozen investigators and a criminal analyst to help with homicide and gun crime investigations. Opening statements are expected Monday in the trial of the Chicago man accused of fatally shooting a youth baseball coach on Highway 169 in Plymouth. Jury selection in the case against Jamal Smith wrapped up this week. Smith is charged with first-degree murder. The 34-year-old suspect is accused of firing the fatal shot that killed 56-year-old Jay Boughton of Crystal as they traveled on southbound 169 last July. Smith claims one of the 2 passengers in his rented SUV fired the fatal shot. A Brooklyn Park family has started a new theater company for kids ages 11 to 18. It's called Kaleidoscope Performing Arts, and they have their first performance this weekend. Reporter Shannon Slatton and photojournalist Dustin Scholl have a preview for today's weekend showcase.
There's a brand new theater company in the northwest suburbs called Kaleidoscope Performing Arts. And what better show to debut with than Seussical Jr., a show that is both colorful and fun.
I really love how colorful it is, and it also touches on a theme that struck me right away. Everybody wants to be seen, wants to be known, wants to be heard, and feel valued.
No one feather tale of Miss Gertrude McFuzz.
It's a good message, says company owner Cammie Thomason, who wants students to always leave a rehearsal or show feeling uplifted.
COVID, what they've had to face that we've never had to face as adults, has been really hard for them. And I wanted an uplifting show that would bring joy.
And be amazing.
I would say that Seussical is definitely one of the most colorful shows I've been in.
Think of a bird with a one-feathered tail.
Sabina Thomason plays Gertrude, a character full of empathy and caring.
You don't have to change yourself for people to know you, for people to like you, for people to include you.
Anything's possible.
It really is just a story of kindness and compassion.
Lucian Book is recognizable as the Cat in the Hat. His role is an active one with accents and personas that make people laugh.
I've got several different hats that I put on and different accessories that I use for all my different characters, so I think I really love that.
All alone in your room, as you're facing your doom, think a glimmer of light.
In Crystal, Shannon Slatton, CCX News.
Prepare to be scared and scared, 'cause the same mother news. Danger's right on the brink.
Performances of Seussical Jr. take place all weekend at Elysian Playhouse. We'll have more information on our website, ccxmedia.org. In the city of Crystal, Friday was a day to preserve history. Members of the Crystal Historical Society placed a time capsule into a wall at the future Crystal Police Station under construction. A plaque will mark the location to help find it. Sixth graders at Fair Middle School helped put items in the capsule, including letters, newspaper articles, COVID masks, and predictions, including one that gives Minnesota sports fans hope.
One of the kids wrote that the Vikings could actually have a successful season and win the Super Bowl. So I think there are a lot of people hoping for that.
The capsule will be open in the year 2060 when the city of Crystal turns 100 years old.
The annual Men's State Open Golf Tournament brought together many of the state's best amateur and pro players. And it was a great week for a Plymouth man. Day 3 of the 54-hole Minnesota PGA Men's State Open Golf Tournament at Bunker Hills. Kurt Lambert from Maple Grove and a Heritage Christian Academy graduate, now playing at Concordia St. Paul, shoots a final round score of 76 to tie for 62nd place. Josh Galvin of Rush Creek Golf Club in Maple Grove just misses his par putt on 8 West. Galvin, a Maple Grove High School grad and current North Dakota State player, shoots a 74 today and ties for 43rd place. Don Berry of Edinburgh, USA and Brooklyn Park is a 2-time winner of this event, teeing off on Bunker's North Course Hole 1. And Berry with a nice putt from the fringe to save par on 1. He shoots a round of 76 and ties for 59th place. Nate Adams, like Galvin, a Maple Grove High School grad and North Dakota State player, was a co-leader at the Open after day 1. He makes a good approach shot here on 9 North. Adams stays in contention throughout the tournament and shoots a 71 today to tie for 5th place. But the best round of the day goes to Plymouth native Van Holmgren. The Wayzata High School graduate was co-leader with Adams after the first day, fell out of first place Wednesday, but blistered the Bunker Hills course today with a final round score of 65, recording 8 birdies and just 1 bogey on the day to retake the lead for good. Holmgren makes par in 18 to preserve a 1-shot lead over Caleb Van Aragon. He wins the 106th Minnesota State Open for the first time, and the pro pockets $10,000 for the win.
I think my game has grown at Bunker Hills more than any other course that I've played. State Opens, it's a pretty fun trophy to win. My good buddy Brady Matson and Angus both have their names on it, so I'm glad I can throw mine after theirs.
The 96-team Gopher Classic American Legion Baseball Tournament got underway Friday morning. 2 area teams, Wayzata and Hopkins, played the first games of the day at their respective sites. It's Wayzata Post 300 taking on Orono Maple Plain in the first pool play game in Victoria. Wayzata scores an unearned run in the 2nd inning, and then in the 4th they load the bases, but Nick Benniga's well-hit ball is right at the Orono left fielder. That's the 3rd out, and it's still a 1-0 game. The Wizards played a couple of insurance runs in the bottom of the 5th. Noah Regan singles to center field. Zach Boutwell comes in to score, and Wayzata's lead is 2-0. A couple of batters later, Noah Karshnick drives one to center field. The catch is made out there, but it's hit deep enough to bring home Samson Ask from 3rd, and it's 3-0. And that's more than enough for starting pitcher Quinn Ask. He strikes out 12 batters in 6 2/3 innings of work as Wayzata opens the tournament with a 3-0 shutout of Orono Maple Plain. Hopkins is the host team for one of the 16 pools at the Gopher Classic. Jason Malillo has more on the Flyers' first game.
At the Big Willow site, Hopkins facing Forest Lake in the Gopher Classic. Bottom fourth, Paul Safransky pokes a hit the other way, scoring Zachary Sakink. 4-1 Flyers on the 2-out knock by Safransky. Then Elijah Stewart line drive to the right center gap, bringing around Brock Zimmer and Safransky. It's a 2 RBI double for Stewart. And the Flyers really blow it open here as Aaron Awney crushes a 2-out, 2-run homer over the left field fence, and Hopkins is up 8-1. Forest Lake rallies with 4 runs in the 7th, but Charlie Schaefer shuts the door with a game-ending strikeout, and Hopkins wins 9-6. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
Champlin, Osseo, and Maple Grove are also in the Gopher Classic. Pool play games at 16 sites across the metro continue through Sunday night. That's all for sports. More CCX News after this. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.